All right, all right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Pool Dog Championship Arena for the finals of the APA 9-Ball Doubles Championship. Of course, we're here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. This event brought to you by the American Pool Players Association as part of our Showdown series being held in conjunction this week with the APA Pool Player Championships. I'm your host, Jason Bowman. I'm joined by Hall of Famer, legend of the game, the Black Widow, Jeanette Lee. Jeanette, good evening. And, of course, Jeanette, I brought us a friend, our buddy Frank here from Pool Dog, joining us to help us call this final match this evening. The players are eagerly awaiting their start. Before we start the action on the table, we're going to do a quick look at some of the rules of this particular match. Of course, this is 9-ball doubles rules, APA rules in this match, as well as all the matches that you'll see this week are obviously APA rules. Any combination of men or women is allowed in the 9-ball doubles format. What you're going to see in the finals are two teams of both men, however. Players here, and this is kind of an interesting one, Jeanette, for those that maybe aren't familiar with this format. Players alternate shots, right, not turns. So
that's like a true Scotch doubles format.
Right, so I shoot a ball and make it, then you shoot a ball and make it, right? Alternate shot. There is one coaching timeout per team per game allowed, and matches are played according to the APA 9-ball doubles championship handicap race chart. These particular players, if I'm looking at this correctly, are both combination of 10 for both teams, which means both teams are going to be racing to a total of 38 points. So Jeanette, 38 points away from a championship title. Big check, nice payday. Should be an exciting match. I know you're excited.
Yes.
Everybody here is excited. Crowd is still kind of coming in and starting to build.
I was watching in the semifinals, and they were both playing great. So I think this is really going to be a tight match.
Should be. Should also mention this is one of 5 championship matches that is going to be live streamed by APA here this week. This is the first of 5, and it seems like we just got started yesterday, but here we are at the first of 5 championships. Of course, the total event payout between all 5 of those championships comes out just above $675,000, so nice payday for some folks.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's great.
Some nice payday. And we, of course, want to mention our friends, Frank's buddies over at Pool Dog, who are the presenting sponsor of this year's streaming. So, again, their support goes a long way in helping us bring this to our viewers live and free, right?
Right.
I know pool players love to watch streaming, and they really love to watch free streaming. So
that's right.
You folks can thank our friends at Pool Dog. In fact, we're going to take just a moment and play a word from our sponsors before we jump into the match.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at PoolDog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, PoolDog.com, or call 866-843-3294.
All right, so again, we want to make sure we thank our friends at Pool Dog, and I do want to mention that if you actually go to PoolDog.com/APA-CHAMPS, that's PoolDog.com/APA-CHAMPS, and you use the code APA-RULES, you're going to get 5% off your order, or if you use the code APA-CHAMPS, they're going to throw in a free Pool Dog towel. So, you know, not only are they helping us bring you this coverage, but they're looking out for the members, which they generally do, right? Pool Dog's involved in everything, it seems like. So
yeah, they're very supportive.
So
anything pool.
Frank's going to sit in and support our match. And let's take a look at the table now and see where our teams are from. Of course, we've got the team of Dilly Dilly. I believe that's a phrase from a famous beer company's commercial that we won't mention here on air. But they are from Middlesex County, New Jersey. They are Michael Soto and Eric Milando. Again, Michael is a skill level 6, Eric is skill level 4. They are a combination of skill level of 10, which means they're racing to 38. Their opponents are from North Cook County, Illinois, the team of Where Was This Last Week, and that consists of David Zartler and George Burke, both of them skill level 5s, again, a combination of 10, racing to 38 points. So, again, action just about ready here. The players have lagged. The team with the break is Dilly Dilly. Again, any ball pocketed here is worth 1 point. The 9 ball will be worth 2 points. So a little bit different, Jeanette, for those that are used to kind of the 9 ball that you play at the pro level where whoever sinks the 9 ball wins the game. This is all based on points.
That's right. So there's not really as much of a benefit to just right away try to figure out a way to sink the 9. They just want to make those shots.
That was David at the table there, David Zartler.
Went for a bank combination, so he's feeling a little aggressive there because there was a possible safety, but with those other 2 balls by the pocket, it made sense. He's shooting at the 1 ball now. Wow.
And that will bring Michael Soto back to the table. Again, Michael's a skill level 6 for the team of Dilly Dilly 2. Apparently there were a number of Dilly Dilly teams here, Jeanette, and therefore they had to be numbered. There were so many of them. So
wow.
That's a good ad campaign by that beer company.
Well, I'll tell you, they're showing some great shot making right now. Let's see, left him a bit of a cut shot on the 4. The cue ball looks like it might mess with that 6 ball, but ideally he's jacked up a little bit. 8 ball's slightly in his way.
Nice shot on the 4 there.
Chose to draw his ball. He was trying to avoid that 6 ball, but I didn't see a harm in actually touching the 6 ball and leaving the 5 in the side.
That brings Eric back to the table. He fails to pocket that 5 in the corner.
But leaves him tough again.
So the team of Where Was This Last Week will return to the table, now trailing by 4 points. Jeanette, kind of interesting. I talked to both these teams before the match, and the team of Where Was This Last Week, they said not only did they lose in their first round here in Vegas, but they got like demolished. They had like 3 points the entire match.
Wow.
And so they have made this miraculous comeback all the way through the bracket. And they said, we feel like we're playing with house money at this point. So we'll see. Again, sometimes we see the teams come in. They're a little nervous with the cameras and the crowd. And
right.
So we'll see which team is able to kind of find their comfort zone more quickly.
Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, Where Was This Last Week? They've been smiling the whole time. You see them, even when they miss, they just seem to be smiling and really enjoying what's going on. So maybe that's helping them a lot. I mean, attitude is everything. Let's watch the ball speed. He probably needed a little bit of inside English there so he could come back down the middle of the table for the 7 in the side. See if he can squeeze that 7 nice and soft. Oh, no.
Nice combination there, but he follows it in with the cue ball. That was Michael Soto there. So the team of Where Was This Last Week will have ball in hand and a great opportunity, I think, here, Jeanette, to get some points out of this rack.
That's right. I mean, I'll tell you what, Dilly Dilly is showing some shot making. They're being really offensive. Where Was This Last Week is taking a little bit easier.
Pockets
still
the
trying
7
to find
in the
their
corner.
groove. But this is a nice way to kind of end the rack.
Again, this is now George Burke at the table for the team of Where Was This Last Week from North Cook County, Illinois, just outside Chicago. George pockets the 9 ball, picks up another 2 points for his team. So Dilly Dilly, after the first rack, leads 6-3. And, of course, there was the 1 dead ball, which was, I believe, the 8 on the combination shot there. So because he scratched on the shot where he pocketed the 8 ball, that ball is marked dead, and it's not a point for either team. So, again, if you're just getting acclimated to our rules, we'll try to explain these things as we go. Of course, again, if you're just tuning in, watching live coverage of the APA 9-ball shootout here from Pool Dog Championship Arena. Streaming brought to you by our friends at Pool Dog. Of course, Pool Dog, you can pretty much find any billiard accessory you could ever need, I think, Jeanette. If you ever go to their website, it's just go to pooldog.com/APA champs and find what you need. George back at the table here, shooting on the 1. Ooh, not the start he was hoping for. Steve, I think that score's a little bit off there. There was a dead ball in that rack. Should be 6-3. Oh, on the break. Got it. That's what I get for trying to correct Steve. Steve Alejandro running our stream here.
Okay, he's got the 2-ball, 3 balls up table by the 8.
Some folks asking about the individual skill levels. So at the table now, we have Eric Milando. He is a skill level 4. His teammate, who is returning to the table, Michael Soto, is a skill level 6. Again, combination of 10, which means they're racing to 38 points. Probably also worth mentioning, they are playing with the Aramith TV balls, so if you see some weird coloration like on that 4 ball, which appeared pink, that is because of the TV balls, which help distinguish things a little bit easier.
What it seems to me I'm noticing with Eric, he's a skill level 4. He's a good shot maker, and he plays very simply. He doesn't use much English, and I think that probably works well for him. Jumps up a lot, but is a good shot maker.
These guys play out of a place called Lemon Tree in New Jersey. Apparently some folks there may be tuning in, so rooting them on.
A little bit hard.
Michael Soto again at the table. Shot at this 9 ball, which he made look relatively easy. Another 2 points for his team. We'll get a score update here momentarily. Again, if you're just tuning in, you're watching live coverage of the APA 9-ball doubles championship, which began yesterday afternoon and is the first of 5 championship matches we'll be bringing you here from Pool Dog Arena, the Westgate here in Las Vegas.
You guys have any good questions for us?
Yeah, let's see what the folks are saying out there. Of course, they're all saying, hey, Jeanette.
Hi, James. Is that Tippy?
Some folks having some pool envy. Again, Eric Milando at the table here, the break.
Nice solid break. Coming up dry again.
All right, so Dilly Dilly in that last rack, folks, opened up a pretty substantial lead.
But they're giving, where was this last week, a good opportunity to get a few balls under their belt.
Absolutely.
He's got the 1 ball in the side pocket. Just a little bit of an angle.
And this is David Zartler here at the table. Pockets the 1 in the side.
Whoa.
So the team of Where Was This last week? They play at a Lee Street Sports Bar and Grill back in Cook County, Illinois. This is now George Burke. George is a skill level 5. Ooh.
Wow.
Nice shot, but he follows it in with the cue ball. So again, that will be marked as a dead ball. And his opponent will have ball in hand, which means he can place the ball anywhere on the table.
Choosing not to go for the 3-9 combination.
Some folks thanking us for the live streaming. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Of course, it's worth mentioning again, we want to thank our sponsors, our streaming sponsors, the folks over at Pool Dog. And if you like this coverage, you can thank them by going to pooldog.com/APA champs. We got some special offers for you guys going on right now.
He was checking to see if the 7 ball goes in the corner pocket.
Drops the 6.
Left him a nice tough cut. He's just got to watch where the cue ball's going. Whoops. Ooh,
Well,
I don't know if that 7 ball clears past the 8.
Be interesting to see
It's
here.
hard to tell.
Again, this is David at the table. See how he wants to handle this situation.
Well, if it cleared the 8, he would have already been shooting it. So maybe
it's a
he's looking at a
combination.
combination. Ooh.
Does attempt the combination, does not go his way. which means Dilly Dilly will be back at the table. I feel like we're seeing a lot of Dilly Dilly, Jeanette. Am I wrong
we
here?
Are.
We're seeing a lot of Dilly
we
Dilly.
Are.
And it's also making me thirsty. I don't know why. Hee hee. Of course, the winner here is taking home $3,500 in first place prize money, but I think it's worth mentioning that the runner-up still takes home $2,300. So both of these teams now are going to
go home with a pocket full of
they're going to be
cash.
happy. Yeah, they're going to be happier than most of the folks that I've seen in the casino today. So.
Right.
Of course, I think it's $25,000 total payout for this event, 256 teams. And of course, we pay out all the way down to like 33rd place. So,
whoa.
Nice shot there.
Yeah, a little bit of a lucky double kiss shot, Bank, but that's all right.
It's
we'll
a
take it.
big break there for George and the
Yep.
Where Was This Last Week team. Nice shot there on the
That
8
was a great shot.
by David. And that'll bring George back one more time, see if he can pocket this 9 ball and get 2 big points.
A little bit more cut than he would have liked, but no.
Now, Jeanette, you had a chance to watch these guys, right, in the last match? They were playing a team from your area. Of course, Jeanette, a league operator for APA down in Tampa, and you had a team that finished in third.
Third place.
Here in this event.
Showed you the way.
Yeah.
So we have Salsa was the skill level 4, and Matthew was the skill level 6, and they played great throughout.
They just ran into a tough team here at the end.
They really didn't get much chance.
Yeah,
They
happens.
really didn't. These guys were on a roll. They got a few lucky rolls, which you always need. Ooh,
Nice shot
great
there.
shot.
George uses the bridge to pocket the 9 in the corner. Picks up another 2 points, a big 2 points, as they try to scratch and claw their way back in this match. Again, both these teams racing to 38 points. Dilly Dilly, the team that will be racking here, has 19. Their opponents who have the break, currently with 9 points. So, Jeanette, good trip so far. I know you've been here. You came in early for the League Operator Convention. Get your learn on, right? Learn some new things.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, there's an enormous amount of information, and the best thing about it is just all the roundtable discussions with all the different league operators coming from their own points of view, what they've experienced and things like that.
Right.
And meeting a lot of people that we deal with, because we get so much support from the national office, and you don't always get to put a face with the name
Sure.
and the voices. So that's really cool. But enjoying it. I mean, this is always really one of the most fun events that you could ask for when it comes to pool.
Sure.
And it's not just all the pool tournaments and the mini mania tournaments. It's all the vendors and just
so many vendors, right?
Yep.
It's like, wow.
And Venom is here. I'm here.
Yeah.
We've got Mike Massey.
Ava was here earlier
Ava
this
was here.
week.
That's right.
Dr. Q will be here. You never know who you're going to see walking around the tournament rooms here at the Westgate.
Yeah, and the hotel is great.
The weather here has been unbelievable, too. It's like
Awesome.
summer's kicked off here, and for most of us around the country that have been dealing with cold winter. Of course, I know not you in Tampa, right? You've
And
been
normally
fine,
we would be out there, but there's
Yeah.
so much going on here, it's hard to leave.
Yeah. So much to do to keep the pool players busy here in Las Vegas. Of course, 268 tables at this event. Players from 48 states, 3 countries, United States, Canada. Canada. We had a player from Japan here.
268 tables.
268, which is actually, in
We were
August
trying to
we do over 300 for the August events, but 268 was the count for this
Wow.
particular event. And Bill Tufts, our director of tournament productions, informed me that this is actually the largest pool player championships that we've ever had. Of course, pool player championships used to be referred to as national singles championships a few years back, but
Right.
so the largest of those events that we've ever had, which is a good thing, not just for APA and the players, but really the billiard industry as a whole. So
It just goes to show you, I mean, pool it's so infectious, it's just going to continue to grow. But it's also because, honestly, APA does put out the best product. So I think it's going to continue because you continue to make it fun, really fun for everyone to play.
Dilly Dilly, it looks like, I don't
Alright.
know if that was a defensive shot there, it looks like.
I don't know if they left them a window or not. Looks like they can't quite catch enough of the 3-ball to make it.
Some folks tuning in, talking about they're coming in August. Some other folks asking about how they can get involved. Of course, the first step in getting involved or coming to an event like this is becoming an APA member. You can do that through poolplayers.com. Of course, summer sessions are just around the corner in most areas of the country, so still time to get involved for summer session. And from there, you play on a qualifier board. It's basically a small tournament of 8 people, and if you win that board, you move on to a regional event. From the regional events, the top players qualify for this event. And of course, their travel, for the most part, is covered by APA. So it's a good opportunity if you've never been to Vegas.
Boy, it jumped up.
Mike just
really
missed that
bad
one,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, he jumped up. I guess he wasn't comfortable. He was thinking about the speed to get on the 4. Nice thin hit. Be good to go 2 rails here if you could. There you go. 1, 2.
George pockets the 3 in the corner there.
Ooh. A little bit tougher cut on the 4 than you wanted to, but he can draw this ball. Oops.
David just misses that 4 ball there in the corner.
He's gotten a few rolls here. There's a few times that he's shot and not really left. Well, actually, it's been going both ways.
You can see that first place prize check sitting behind the table, kind of looming over the match. Really an impressive finals or championship arena, Pool Dog Championship Arena that our tournament department's put together here. Of course, tomorrow morning we'll have the 8-Ball Classic coverage, which means we'll have 5 championship matches going on at one time. So,
wow.
And we'll figure out a way to talk about all of them.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. So make sure you join us tomorrow. That's at noon Pacific Daylight Time here in Las Vegas. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. That should be great. And we're hoping to not just bring you one feature match, but we're hoping to have all 5 of those matches in some capacity for viewers to be able to check out. David at the table.
Ooh. Has a long shot on the 6 ball. When the cue ball is close to the rail, you just want to elevate just a little bit. Not too much. If you elevate too much, it's going to become a massé shot where you get a lot of spin on the ball. But if you keep the cue stick too level, then you can miscue. So you want to make sure you chalk up real well.
So knowing that this is a pivotal moment of the match, they're going to go ahead and take their time out and get kind of a consensus on strategy from here on out. You can see, again, this is the team of Where Was This Last Week? David Zartler and George Burke. Again, we want to make sure while we've got a moment, we want to thank our sponsors, Pool Dog. And if you go to pooldog.com/APA champs, they're actually offering a free Pool Dog, a case towel for when you're playing. Just use that promo code APA champs. Again, we really thank them for all their support. Of course, they're one of the biggest really sponsors for pool, not just APA, but in general. All right, we're back to the action here. Looks like that timeout worked at least momentarily. So the 6 ball was pocketed there in the corner. David will have to navigate the 7 ball here. If you're looking at the 7 ball thinking it looks a little odd, that's because, again, we're using the Aramith TV balls, which means instead of a maroon ball, you're seeing more of a brownish on the 7 ball. So
if you can see enough of it, I think he's elevating to try to bank the 7 ball in the far corner pocket.
yeah.
He actually hit too much ball. He could have cut it a little bit more.
Curious who the folks tuning in are rooting for here. Are you rooting for Dilly Dilly? Or are you rooting for Where Was This Last Week? Of course, Dilly Dilly currently leading in this match. They're from Middlesex County, New Jersey. Nice leave there. Michael Soto pockets the 9. 2 more points for his team. As they inch ever closer to that magic number of 38, they now have 25 points, need just 13 more. Where Was This Last Week? Will have the rack.
Dilly Dilly's been doing a lot of shooting.
They have. They've spent a lot of time at the table, but they've left some windows, right? It seems like they've left a few windows.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
again,
They've gotten plenty of opportunities to do something with it, but
yeah, and when again, even though they have the lead, they've kind of left some chances on the table that I think, and again, as the matches go longer, sometimes that plays in. So we'll see. Solid break there. Pocketed the 3-ball.
yes. 3-ball. So there's the 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Some folks asking about following teams. Of course, you can go to CompuSport.us and pull up the Poolplayer Championships and kind of see. You can search by player. You can look at the bracket, kind of figure out whoever you're looking for, how they've done in the tournament, if they're still in the tournament, when they play again. We'll
By
put that
team
link.
name,
Yeah,
by league
it's pretty cool. The
operator,
CompuSport, it has really changed the way we run this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
The entire processing of all the things that had to happen. You remember the big tournament boards we used to have?
Yes,
And I mean,
boards everywhere. I mean, it took an enormous amount of space.
So
and
it
there
literally,
were people
it literally
hovering
has saved
around
space
it all the
and
time.
the cool thing about the CompuSport is I think it gives players and teams an idea of when they will play, much easier. That was always there on those match boards, but they were so big. And to try to follow what might happen when, you can kind of see the path now of your team, regardless of win or loss, and you can kind of plan around that, whether that's playing in minis or meeting Jeanette Lee or, getting out of the hotel and checking out some of Vegas. So
yeah, people were afraid to go eat or go do anything because they were, they knew they needed to stay around that tournament board. But
that 7-ball just didn't want to go.
You know what? They may have a window. Dilly Dilly might have a window right between the 6 and the 9 to make that 2-7 combination. I'm not sure.
Dilly Dilly now with 26 points. Eric Milando at the table.
Yep.
Does get the combination there.
Nice leave. Playing for maybe the 4 on the side.
Again, if you're just tuning in, you're watching final round coverage of the 9-ball shootout from here at Pool Dog Championship Arena at the Westgate Resort and Casino in lovely Las Vegas. So no pool time for you this week, huh?
No, I mean,
bummer.
I normally try to play a lot.
I meant
we had a
swimming pool. I meant sun.
Swimming pool. That's what I was
going
to do today, but I was so tired. I slept in, and I wanted to watch my players play, so we ran out to go sweat all their matches.
Did I hear you played in the League Operator Tournament the other night? Did they let you play in that?
I was paired up with a 1.
Okay.
And we beat this other team, and it was neck and neck. It was Merle's team, and he was paired up with a 1.
Yeah.
And it was neck and neck. And our next match, we played this team, and it was a 6 and a 7 paired up.
Oh.
Against me and a 1.
Yeah.
Needless to say, we got tortured.
So that was some fun associated with the APA League Operator Convention. Of course, there was a nice tournament.
The camaraderie, people getting to talk to each other. I loved the blind draw. It was great.
Yeah, just a good time for all.
And my partner, let's just have fun. That's all that matters. And we did. We had a lot of fun.
We've got some good players. Our league operators, I know they can't play in the league. At least they can't qualify for anything, right? Sometimes they'll jump on a team, but we've got some really strong players amongst our league operators. So again, this is George Burke at the table, representing the team of Where Was This Last Week? George pockets the 6 in the side there. Left his partner a little difficult on that 8-ball, though.
I'm not sure I don't know what he was trying to do there.
That'll bring Dilly Dilly back to the table. Dilly Dilly 2, to be exact. This is Eric Milando. No, I'm sorry, Michael Soto at the table.
This team just looks so focused. All right, this is their opportunity to do something. Where was this last week? They're running out of time. They really need to get it together.
Big 3 points still on the table here. They can run out here. That would put them at 20. So they're within striking distance. I mean, this Need to close out this match here, this game. There's the 8 ball.
With authority.
He leaves his partner what appears to be a makeable shot on the 9.
Yes.
Sometimes that side pocket can be tricky, but
Ooh. All right.
all right, there we go. Where was this last week? Finishes off that rack. They now trail by 8 points. Dilly Dilly with 28. Where was this last week with 20? This is a race to 38. Theoretically, Dilly Dilly could win this next game 10-0. They would win the match, but where was this last week? We'll have the break, so the likelihood of that is probably slim, but we'll see. Again, this is the first of 5 championship matches we'll be bringing you here in the Pool Dog Championship Arena. This is the 9-ball doubles championship this evening. Tomorrow we'll have the 8-ball classic finals at noon Pacific. And then 5 o'clock Pacific tomorrow, Jeanette, is the wheelchair finals, wheelchair championship, which is awesome. I mean, like, I am just, it's remarkable to see the endurance that these players in these wheelchairs have, right?
Yeah.
Moving around I mean, got to be exhausting.
Sidearmed, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, I was talking to Florian Kohler, who was here earlier this week, and he was at doing some exhibition somewhere last week, and they had him get in a wheelchair because they had like a wheelchair event going on.
Oh, really?
And have to play, and he was like, it was the most difficult thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
You know, not just the shooting angle, but just moving around constantly around the table.
And having to figure out how to park yourself.
Really impressive.
Properly.
Yeah, so I love watching that. That'll be 5 o'clock tomorrow. Encourage you guys to tune in.
I met the wheelchair champion. She was calling me over earlier today and talking to me about it.
Yeah, Sonia from last year, Sonia Bennett.
Yeah.
I remember her. Remember her grandma had passed away right before the tournament, and she was like debating whether to go home, and stuck it out and just had a really remarkable event. I think she's a skill level 3, and you know, was the first female to ever win that particular event. So
wow.
All right, David Zartler back at the table. Jeanette, where was this last week? Starting to make some progress here. They're inching ever closer right back into this match.
They almost scratched here. If they can come with this bank shot. But I'll tell you, with that cue ball right by the rail, this is just one of the toughest shots you can go for. He's just going to have to go for it and bank it straight back. The safety would be just as hard as trying to bank it, so you may as well go offensive and go for it.
Yeah, and you can see they're going to take a timeout here. I mean, folks, this could be potentially the most pivotal part of this match right here. I mean, with the score where it is and Dilly Dilly only needing 10, this particular shot could loom very large in the outcome of this match. We'll see. Oh. Just misses scratching that side pocket, but they've left a shot there for Dilly Dilly.
He's going to have to fire this shot in.
Yep.
Yeah. But he got a good leave out of it. Because they really don't have much of a shot here. Maybe he could bank the 5 ball.
Yeah, what's the Black Widow do here?
Cross over it. Well, I'd start with a little prayer. Jeez. Look at this shot. I think he could bank it. You know, he'd hit the left side of that. The other side of the 5 ball and let the 5 ball go one rail up table for a nice little bank shot. Because I don't know if the safety's... Oh. Well, if he could have hit that softer. Not if it sits in front of the pocket. Well... He can cut this in, and there's a decent chance of scratching on this shot. He can avoid it. Oh, he chose to bank it instead. Boy, they don't take any time to think about that.
No,
huh?
both these teams struggling with that 5 ball, too.
Well, this is the best shot they've had so far. 6 balls sitting in front of the hole, 7 balls right next to it, so all he's got to do is worry about making it right now. Just make sure to stay clear of that 8 ball. There you go.
All right. 25 points for where was this last week. They're trailing by just 3. Make that 2.
Well,
as we mentioned, they're kind of the comeback kids. They lost their first round pretty badly from what they said. They said it was the worst they've ever played and managed to work their way all the way back through the one-loss bracket here to the finals. Now trailing by just 1 point.
Okay, this is it. This is the opportunity. That was a great shot.
All right, chance to take the lead here. George Burke pockets the 9 in the corner. And he's given his team the lead. Look at that. Where was this last week? Now leading 30-28. What a rack that was for them.
Man.
10-point rack? I think they took all 10 in that rack. A little pressure now for Dilly Dilly, which we haven't really seen up until this point in the match. So we'll see. I know
they took all 10. It was 28-20, and that's 28-30.
Big rack for them.
Very impressive.
David Zartler with the break here.
This may be the end of it. Well, coming up, dry on the break.
Oh, that's not a pretty leave, right?
No.
What do you think when you get a break? When when there's a break like that and the balls are just kind of laid out like that? Are you just like,
I mean, obviously, when it gets this close to your down last game, you really want a shot to just run the table. But the safety, well, he didn't do it, but he had a lot of different ways he could have saved them pretty well there.
Some questions about the venue here. Of course, we're in Pool Dog Championship Arena, which is at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, formerly known as the Las Vegas Hilton. A lot of times I tell folks about the Westgate, and they're like, the where? And I say, remember the Las Vegas Hilton? And they're like, oh, yeah. Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Well, there was the LVH.
Ago,
It went to the LVH
Right.
for a few years. So I don't know, 10 years maybe? I don't know. Everything out here changes so much.
Right,
you know what I mean? It seems like nothing ever is the same from trip to trip. And we spend so much time out here, but there's always something changing. I noticed they got construction going up over by the old Stardust property again. So, all right, George Burke, another point.
This is bad. He's literally lined up right over that 8-ball.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful because you can't move that 8-ball. It might even be frozen to the 8.
Shooting on the 4-ball. Oh, what a shot.
Right, that was a great
shot. What a shot. That was David Zartler there. Impressive. Looks like they're asking the referee to watch the shot. George trying to strategize here. He's going to take a timeout.
Let's talk about this.
We mentioned at the beginning each team allowed 1 timeout
and
per game or per rack.
This could be the winning shot here. You see the 6 balls close to the pocket.
Boy, what an impressive comeback that would be for these guys.
Right.
I mean, not just in this match, but the tournament overall. I was looking through my notes to see how long these guys have only been playing together. What did they say? 9 months these guys have been playing together.
What I would probably do is shoot the 5-ball into this end rail, back to the other end rail on the other side of the 8. Let the 5-ball land, bank it all the way up there to the middle of the end rail on the other side of the table. Let the cue ball come across the 5 and back down to the end rail here behind the 7-9. Not an easy shot, but there's not really an easy offensive shot. You can go for the bank cross side, but it's really aggressive when you have a decent, or you could even feather the 5 and let the cue ball hide behind the 6. Go to the side rail and behind the 6, but that's tougher. Looks like he's going for the combination. Maybe. Nope. I don't know what. I don't get that. I don't know about that.
Yeah, you can tell by their reaction. They don't look particularly satisfied with the outcome of their timeout there, but.
Oh, they missed it.
Dilly Dilly, wow. So again, and you're seeing now. What you're seeing is some pressure. I think that Dilly Dilly's feeling here. They realize that they were out to that lead, and momentum definitely in the favor of where was this last week. Pockets the 5.
Yeah, the partner is sick.
Where was this last week? Needing only 3 points now. What do you think, Jeanette? Those 3 points there?
I think I would have given anything to get that cue ball back out to the middle of the table, but right now, cut it in. The cue ball's going to come towards the 7-9, so it's just a matter of whether or not he has a good shot afterwards. I don't think hitting it hard would do him a whole lot of good, so just a nice medium speed. Not too soft, not too hard. Make sure you stay down and make this 6 ball. Do all the thinking you want, but by the time you allow yourself to bend down to the shot, you have to be 100% committed to just making sure you make the ball.
Oh. Can't get the 6 to drop.
Yeah, they do a whole lot of thinking, and they forget to make the ball.
All right, let's see if Dilly Dilly can kind of change the momentum here. It's been all in favor of where was this last week. That's a good way to start.
Yeah. I would have hit it harder and let the cue ball go down to the end rail and back up to the side rail and still take a long cut on the 7, but it would have been easier than this. Oh my gosh, he overcut that ball.
Wow. All right. David Zartler back to the table here.
You know what? This isn't as easy as it looks. It's an off-angle combination shot. And there's not an easy safety here, I don't think. You can easily hit it a little too hard or too soft.
Joe Smith asking about any plans to bring the U.S. Amateur Championship back to the West Coast. I don't think so. Not right now. Tampa's really a great place, and obviously we already have 2 big events on the West Coast here in Las Vegas. All right, so safety there.
He made a nice safety, but this is too easy to hit in. I mean, that's still giving them an extra point, even if it doesn't leave them an easy shot on the 8 ball.
I think he's going to go off the rail into the...
Yeah, it's a big ball.
Which rail does he use? He's going the long rail.
Yep.
Did he get it? He got it. 7 ball goes. Nice shot there. That was Eric Milando. Man, Eric has come up with some big shots here, and of course, these guys are. Eric is a 4. His partner is 6.
Okay, let's see how this ends.
All right.
All right, leaves him a shot. This is it.
3 points. They're right there.
This is it.
They're right there. George thinks they're right there. You can see him.
Yep, 8 and 9.
He feels like he's got a plan here.
They can finish it.
Dilly Dilly will just have to kind of sit back and watch what happens. George cuts the 8.
Oh my gosh.
Into that corner pocket, and he leaves a lot of green for his partner. But that championship's there for the taking if he can make this.
Look, they're both smiling anyway. They've been smiling the whole set.
What a shot there, folks.
That was
David Zartler finishes it off.
Comeback.
And the team of Where Was This Last Week comes all the way back, not just in this match, but again, we talked about it from a first-round loss. They are your 9-ball doubles champions. They are from North Cook County, Illinois. Exciting for them. Exciting for my boy Frank here calling his first match. Frank, you were kind of quiet today, buddy. So again, congratulations to the team of Where Was This Last Week? Again, your 9-ball doubles champions. They defeat the team of Dilly Dilly 2, who had an outstanding run throughout this tournament. They're going to take home $2,300. Our champions are taking home $3,500. And to all 256 teams that competed in this event, hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you'll be back again next year. And for the rest of you at home, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Again, noon Pacific time, we will have live coverage of the 8-Ball Classic. Jeanette will be here. Frankie will be here. Our friends at Pool Dog will be bringing it to you live. And we'll see everybody again tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks.
Good night.
See you later.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at Pooldog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, Pooldog.com, or call 866-843-3294.